Bienvenidas a Sex and Spanglish, where we empower mujeres to get in touch with their bodies, own their pleasure, and where we discuss all the cochinadas our abuelas didn't tell us about. Hi y'all, my name is Ana. I'm a certified sex and life coach, proud Latina, and your go-to guide for all things sex. I'm here to help you get out of your head and into your body to have mind-blowing sex. Let's be real. La comunidad latina doesn't talk about sex, pero qué suerte tienes porque this Latina does. It is my vision to have Latinas worldwide discussing sex with one another just like they do with chisme. Join me every week to hear me discuss todas las cochinadas sin vergüenza. Welcome back, mujeres. Today we are talking about how dehydration is ruining your sex life. So we all know that we should be drinking more water, but instead we're drinking cafe, soda, alcohol, the United States is opening back up, so we're out here brunching and drinking mimosas, sangria, micheladas, all the things, right? And I'm not judging you because I know I myself need to drink more water. I'm constantly getting hounded about drinking more water by not only by my boyfriend, but by my doctor and just social media even it's reminded me to drink more water, and yet here we are. So there are a ton of reasons why people don't drink water, and myself included, right? There is no judgment here. But these are some of the reasons that I can think of why I hear people say they don't drink water or why I don't drink water. So one is that we forget, right? We're just going about our day, especially those of you that are moms or entrepreneurs, we're going to school, we're working, all the things, right? We're just busy. We forget, right? There are some people that even forget to eat. So you're not going to remember to drink either. And then some people just don't get thirsty. I know myself, I really don't get thirsty like that. I rarely get thirsty. There's other people that they just don't like the taste of water, which to me, I find that weird because I'm it doesn't taste like anything. So I don't know. Anyway, some people don't like the taste of water. There are others that don't want to be peeing all day, myself included. I don't want to be disrupted every hour just to go to the bathroom. And I know it's important, but I'm damn, I just get, focused on something and then I got to turn around and go to the bathroom. Or you're commuting or, you're traveling, whatever it is, you're out running errands. And no one wants to be using public bathrooms all the time. It's not cute. So the list goes on. There are a ton of reasons why people don't drink water. And we know that we should be drinking it. We get told all the time how important it is, 8 glasses of water a day, this, that, and the other, right? Yet we're still not drinking it. We know we should. We know it's good for us. And we know we could use more, yet we don't do it. It's kind of nutritious foods and exercise. A lot of people know that they should be doing that, yet they don't, right? They're just oh, I'll get to it one day, right? But what if I told you that dehydration can and does negatively affect your sex life? Water is necessary for your body in general, but it's also necessary for blood flow. So if there's no blood flow or little blood flow, right? Because there is some, but if there's very little blood flow, then there's going to be less blood going to your genitals, which means you won't be as aroused or you'll have trouble getting aroused, because in order to be aroused, you need to have blood in the genital area. And with that being said, if you're not aroused, then it's very unlikely that you will orgasm. Second reason why dehydration is killing your sex life is that it's necessary for lubrication. There are so many people that reach out to me telling me oh, I just don't get as wet as I used to, or, they think it's because of age or hormones, which yes, those things can impact it. But your lubrication levels, even if you are a person that gets super wet, if you notice the difference between when you are hydrated and when you're not hydrated, there's going to be a significant difference. And so it's super important for you to maintain hydration in your body so that you can continue creating lubrication. And obviously you could always add lube if that's a thing, but I'm saying if you want natural lubrication, you're definitely going to want to maintain hydration. The third reason why dehydration is ruining your sex life is that if you're trying desperately to squirt, which I know many of my clients are, that's like I don't know, the gold standard for them or something like that. Like I know so many of my clients want to learn to squirt. And I mean, it's pretty cool, but there's so many of them trying to squirt and they're dehydrated. So if you're trying to squirt and you're dehydrated, you're literally going to squirt out air. There's going to be nothing in it. Like, do any of y'all remember those like super soakers from like back in the day? I don't know, like when y'all were born, but in my day, we had super soakers and we would fill them up with water and then you would like pump it. It was like, you know, a gun or whatever. And water would shoot out and then you would get to the end and you would like be pumping and pumping and pumping and nothing would come out. It'd be like little sprinkles here and there and then it would just be nothing, right? It'd just be air and you could hear it coming out, but it was just air. There was no water. So it's the same thing. You're going to be like rubbing one out and nothing is going to come out. You might orgasm, but you're not going to squirt. So if that's the whole point, like the whole goal for you is to squirt, then you're going to want to remain hydrated because nothing is going to come out if you're not hydrated. If there's nothing to come out, it doesn't make sense. It's like trying to go to the bathroom, like to go pee when you haven't drank anything for like 3 days. Like you're not going to pee because there's nothing in there, right? And so you want to maintain hydration if you are trying to squirt. Number 4, take that back. Number 4, dehydration causes headaches. So many of you might already know this. Dehydration causes headaches. Like if you're out in the sun, especially, right? And you're dehydrated, you're going to get a headache. But how many of you use headaches as an excuse to not have sex? And it's a genuine excuse. I know that's a joke, right? That we hear all the time on media and, you know, in movies and things like that. But like, if that's a genuine excuse, like I know for myself, I get migraines. And so, yeah, that is a genuine excuse to not have sex, right? Like I would like to have sex, but if I have a migraine, like it's just not possible. And so if you find yourself having a lot of headaches and that's having an impact on your sex life, you might want to try drinking some more water. Even if you suffer from migraines, right? Water can always help. The 5th reason is that dehydration causes brain fog. So if you find yourself, you know, with your mind elsewhere or not being able to focus during sex and even other areas of your life, you might need a glass of water. When your body doesn't have enough water, your brain cannot focus. There's a shit ton of water in your skull. And if you're not replenishing that water, your brain cannot function properly. So you're not going to be able to think properly. Your brain needs water to function. And if you've listened to my previous episodes, the brain is the most powerful tool that allows you to orgasm, that allows you to feel pleasure. And so you're going to want to feed that. Give it what it needs, right? We're so concerned about having like the latest vibrator or having like, you know, the guy with like the best moves in the bedroom, right? And like, you know, the biggest dick and like all these things. But that doesn't matter if you can't even feel the pleasure because your brain can't focus properly, right? We need to start with the inside first, fixing the root of the problem. So, what is the recommended amount of water? Because, you know, we talked about all the reasons why water is so important. So I'm sure you get it now. Water is important. Drink your water. But how much water are we supposed to be drinking? I don't know about you, but I heard constantly 8 glasses of water a day. And I always thought that meant like, you know, just like whatever glass, right? Whatever glass I have at home. And then I realized that it meant like an 8-ounce, you know, like cup of water, right? Like an actual like measuring cup of water. 8 ounces. I was like, okay. It turns out that the recommended amount of water is half of your body weight in ounces. So if you weigh 180 pounds and you divide that by 2, then that's 80, right? And that is not 80, that is 90. I'm actually a math tutor, so that's funny. But anyways, so half of 80 is 90, not 80, 90. And so you will drink 90 ounces of water per day. So whatever your body weight is, divided by 2, and it's that many ounces of water per day. Now, that's a baseline, because if you are in an area where there's a shit ton of sun and it's super hot, like 190 to and up degrees, you're going to want to drink more. If you tend to sweat a lot, even if it's not hot, you're going to want to drink more because you're losing water. If you are super active, you're going to want to drink more. If you drink a lot of coffee, you're going to want to drink more. So there are a lot of reasons why you would want to drink more, but the baseline, half of your body weight in ounces. Now, some of you are like, well, okay, I get it. I need to drink more water, but I just don't do it. I can never get to that point, whatever it is. So here's some tips for drinking more water. And these are just, a few examples that I came up with. Definitely let me know in the comments below. If you're here on YouTube, you definitely want to let me know what are some suggestions that you might have to drink more water. So the first one that I have is to set an alarm. Set an alarm maybe every other hour. Like say you get up at, 7. Then so drink a glass at 7 and then set an alarm for like 9, 11, so on and so forth. And so you're drinking, every few hours, you're drinking a glass of water. Also drinking a full glass of water after every meal. I prefer to drink a glass before and a glass after. But that's entirely up to you. At least, choose one. Maybe one works for you. And, that's only, if you're eating 3 meals a day, that's only 3 glasses, but it's better than nothing. And it's just, getting you a head start. That doesn't mean those are the only glasses that you'll be drinking. Another tip that I have is drink a full glass when you wake up. Another one is to buy a large water jug. I have this one I got from Under Armour. I actually bought it at Kohl's. It was like $20. It was on sale. But they also have them on Amazon. And you want to make sure, you fill it up, and then you want to make sure that that's gone by the end of the day. So the only, loophole there, or the caveat there, is that you need to finish it by the end of the day. So if you're just chugging it at the end of the day because you haven't drank it all day, that's not helpful. That defeats the purpose. I like the larger jug because I'm like, okay, I know I'm going to drink 1.5 of these every day. And so I know I'm able to easily measure my water that way, because I'm super anal about the amount that I'm drinking, and I like to keep track. And so for me, that's just an easy way for me to measure it. The Under Armour one, I will say though, so I love it. It does keep the water cold, whatever temperature you put it in. The only thing that I don't like about it is that you can't see through it. So I can't see how much water I have left. I can only kind of measure it when I pick it up. And it's pretty heavy when it's full. So it's kind of annoying to carry around, but it's nice that it's all in one place. And I work from home. So it's kind of convenient in that way. And it's super easy to clean. I know a lot of water bottles are not very easy to clean. The last tip that I have, or second to last tip, is buy a marked water bottle. So there are water bottles that have marks with the different times on them. It'll say 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and you'll want to drink to a certain mark. I have one of those. It's a smaller one, so that's why I don't like it, because then I have to constantly refill it. But I do really like that one, and they have some really cute ones online if you just take a look. And my last and final tip is to consume fruits and vegetables that have high water content. So things like cucumbers, watermelon, berries, right? A lot of those foods have a higher water content, even like celery. So if you are a commuter, this is actually something I used to do when I commuted, was that I would make sure that I was eating vegetables and fruits that had higher water content, because I wasn't able to drink as much water on the road because I didn't have the time, nor did I want to spend the time stopping, every so many miles just to go to the bathroom. And then especially during the pandemic when a lot of the bathrooms were closed. And so it's super important if you're, in a line of work, or you commute, or just you have a schedule that doesn't allow you to go to the bathroom, very frequently. Definitely increasing those veggies and fruits that have high water content is a great way to get in more water. And also reminding yourself of why water is so important to you, right? I think that a lot of times we're just like, oh, it's something I should do, something I have to do. And it's really not. Like, it's beneficial to your body for sure. And it's beneficial to your sex life, most definitely. But the thing is, like, you don't have to. Because if you did have to, then you would already be doing it. But you don't have to. No one's holding a gun to your head, right? You're dealing with the symptoms of dehydration already, more than likely. So why don't you just remind yourself, like, hey, like, this glass of water, like anytime you drink a sip even, right? Like, this sip of water is getting me that much closer to having a better sex life. And just reminding yourself of that, because that our whys are so important. If you're just doing it just to do it, it's not really going to get you anywhere. It's your why that gets you to where you want to go. And my last set of tips is that if you don't like water, if you're one of those people that are like, it's disgusting, or, whatever it is that you just like, you're like, no, I'm not drinking this. Drink coconut water. I personally think regular water over coconut water any day, because I think coconut water tastes like poison. Have I ever had poison? No, but that's what I imagine it tastes like. Also, slightly kind of like Raid. That's what I imagine Raid tastes like. Or what is that root killer? I don't know, whatever that root killer is called. That's what I think that it would taste like. Another way is with infused water. So if you can get a container that has like the little infused tube in it, or you can just throw some cucumber, mint, or any number of like berries or anything like that, watermelon even, lemons, limes, into your water, let it sit, and you have that throughout the day. And so it's something, right? And then the last thing that I have to say, that y'all may not like this, but just suck it up. You're an adult. Drink water. You know that it's beneficial for you. Just drink it. Like, you'll get used to it. It's fine. You got used to broccoli. You'll get used to water as well. So I'd love to hear what you think in the comments. Let me know. And until next time.